Hi, this is Jaden, and this is a presentation on the 18th Amendment, what led to it, and why it wasn't made part of the Constitution. As we all know, the 18th was behind Prohibition. Plus a little bit of 28th Amendment prediction at the end, a little bonus on top of all this. So first, what did the 18th Amendment do? It outlawed alcohol, that's what it did. More specifically, the manufacture, sale, and transportation of alcohol. That's in section one. Section two is pretty simple. Just Congress and the states could enforce it by appropriate legislation. And then the third section just says that after submission of it, which was I think 1917, and that 7 years is the limit for when it could be passed. No later than 7 years after. So before Prohibition, alcohol was a big part of American culture and like American society. Yeah. Some statistics and information. No federal legal drinking age, and the average American that's older than 15 drinks 7 gallons, or for metric users, around 26 and a half liters drink annually. But today, or 21 for 2021 for these statistics, makes legal drinking age 21 because of the 21st Amendment, and around 3 gallons, or just 2.8 gallons, or around 10.71 liters of alcohol drunk by the average pers- person older than 2020, or older than 21 in the U.S. as of 2021. That's a 2.5 times decrease from before. Very crazy. So because we drank so much, right? Or because because Americans drank so much back then, it eventually led to the temperance movement, which is when religion, Christianity, but to be even more specific than Christianity, mainly Protestantism, cause strive for the abstinence of alcohol from like life, like no drinking alcohol at all. But they wanted eventually to make alcohol completely illegal. Some of the important groups and event or some of the important groups were the Women's Christian Temperance Union, then the Anti-Saloon League, and then finally the political party called the Prohibition Party. And Prohibition Party right here. Principles of Prohibition Party. Okay, so some of the arguments made by temperance groups and people during the temperance movement against alcohol were that was against the Bible. Well, that said in the Bible, well, that alcohol was bad, so it was sinful, caused inefficiency. It shortens the lifespan of people, and then finally ruins childhood development. To be more specific, it ruins both physical and mental and social development. Then here's a political cartoon from back then in on the side of prohibition, as you can kind of see by this side heavily. Yeah, this is educational. The passing of the 18th Amendment was not too hard, because due to passing of the 16th Amendment, which established income tax, made alcohol less of a reliance for the government, and that along with or temperance, the temperance group of the Anti-Saloon League, you can find many groups and political parties. Some political parties, including Republicans and Democrats, uniting them under the under prohibition, and many groups. Probably the most notable most interesting of the two being the NAC or the NAACP, which stands for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, united them and the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan, under the same uh, goal of uh, of passing the 18th Amendment. Then finally, he, they connected beer to the Germans, which was important because during this during this period it was World War I, which, as we all know, so by the time of this, America went into the war. So let's just say we that Americans didn't have a good opinion on Germans at that point. And these three combined, plus plenty of other factors or some other factors, though less important than like these three, made opposition to this amendment nearly impossible by other politicians. So the 18th was passed in only 13 months. Not the shortest one, the shortest time passing, but far from the longest time passing. And then you got the states that passed it. You got the ones in white, ratified in 1919, and then red after the three-fourths states, and then the purple one, or no, not the purple ones, the black ones, and it's never ratifying, being Indiana, Illinois over here. And then little old ah, Rhode Island's right here, just right here. Oh, then eventually, as you can see, the 18th Amendment was eventually repealed. It was kind of due to its ineffectiveness, and the amendment that appealed it was the 21st. Some of these were loopholes, like Vine Glow. Let me check. Okay, yeah, so one of the like a product that found a loophole in this was Vine Glow, which was basically a brick of grape concentrate, like that you could turn into grape juice, and then, as we all know, you could ferment it into wine. But it wasn't sold as like wine, and it even had a warning on the back that saying that it could happen and that it wouldn't be legal technically. Okay, next, the horrible enforcement of it, and in other ways the complete lack of enforcement. Just look at any like research or any videos of prohibition, and you'll find out how the 18th didn't work in the slightest. From speakeasies to criminal groups, it kind of fell flat in every regard. And then finally, it didn't really. It kind of cemented the fact that the 18th was dead. Was the Great Depression with like the 18th or the 21st Amendment, and became even more of a good idea because the Great could deal with the economic turmoil of the Great Depression. Because repealment, it doesn't affect the average American today, and because it's not enforced. It was completely repealed, every aspect of it. But that's really it with the 18th Amendment. Now, time to get to the little bonus. What could be the 28th? There's many things 28th could be, but one possible one that has a small chance of happening is another repealment, like the second repealment in a U.S. history of an amendment. More specifically, the repealing of the 22nd Amendment. Presidents can't serve more than 2 terms. And this guy right here, Donald Trump, kind of like suggested multiple times towards it, jokingly or not jokingly, which it could be a possibility, good or bad, and it could happen. Anyways, that's it.